In this video, I do an unboxing of Aeon Trespass Odyssey, which just delivered. But before we get into today's video, just want to share with you what the GGGGs are for this month. Each month, Bob the Beholder picks some of my Patreon supporters to receive gratitude gifts. And for this month of December of 2022, we have this printed and painted ruined chapel from the upcoming Old Liberis crowdfunder from DecoQuest. Also, 2 pledges for that crowdfunder. $50 credit towards Terrainify. Just want to clarify that Terrainify offers all of its models in 3 different formats. You can get just the STL files. You can get already printed 3D prints that are ready to be painted. Or you can opt for the fully painted and finished pieces that are ready to go. So if you don't have a 3D printer, that's an option for you. We will also have a laser as one of the gratitude gifts. And then finally, $100 to go towards a crowdfunding campaign, which my Patreon supporters will be voting upon. Go ahead and use the link below to go to my Patreon page to see all of the items that are going to be offered up this month. So the original Kickstarter for Aeon Trespass Odyssey was back in September of 2019. That was 3 years ago. Was supposed to deliver in 2020. But 2 years later, it has finally delivered. And it's been so long, actually, I have completely forgotten what my pledge level was. And I don't really, once I pledge for one of the crowdfunders, I don't pay a lot of attention to the regular emails that are sent out. I pretty much just ignore them. So I forgot about what pledge level I went in on this project. And so I had to look it up. And I did get just the base game. I didn't get any other additions. Also, I do appreciate here that they did say, thank you for your trust and patience. Your wait is finally over. So they did acknowledge that this was a fairly delayed game. But I am excited to check it out. Now, this isn't a gameplay review because obviously I haven't had a chance to play it. But if you've seen my Oathsworn versus KDM review, I am hoping that Aeon Trespass is actually a little bit more accessible to regular players and not quite as soul-crushingly hard or random. So that's at least the initial reviews. I watched a review from One Stop Co-op Shop. Colin did a review 3 years ago when the game was first kickstarting. So I'm banking that this game will actually be more accessible than KDM. But we'll see. I will hopefully come out with a review video later, but just wanted to do a quick unboxing after waiting so long for this game to deliver. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go to the unboxing. Now this box is super heavy. All right, so it's a box within a box. All right, so the opposite color of KDM, this box is all white. Now, I actually do have my KDM box nearby, and this box is actually taller. I will be very, very surprised if they do not do a second Kickstarter for this game. So if you missed out on the first Kickstarter, I would suggest not paying what will surely be outlandish prices to get this now, because I am fairly certain that they will follow the model of, if this is a really good game, that they are going to do a crowdfunder pretty close once this gets on the hotness and reviews. So don't spend massive amounts of money on the second-hand market, because I'm pretty sure that this will be available. So here we have a lot of tiles, and I really do hope that someone's going to come out with some 3D printable storage solution, which typically happens, or a laser solution, although I see less of that being available. Pretty thick cardboard, good quality. I'll need to figure out where to place all this thing. I mean, this looks really close to KDM in terms of style. Although these circle counters, that's something different. I do think that one of the things that was mentioned in Colin's review is that the monsters do scale up as they get more wounded, as you do too, for each boss battle. And that there is more dice mitigation that happens with this game, although you can instantly die in this game. But it seems like not quite as often. So these look like map pieces. Not 100% sure what they are, whether or not they're walls or whatnot. Looks very digital. I mean, look at this piece. Not sure if that's supposed to be trenches or what, but that looks very industrial. Yeah. Oh, you know what? These are probably the tiles for exploring the world map, which is different from the hunt phase or the journey phase to the hunt in KDM. Is that you have an overland map that you're exploring, sort of like Seven Wonders. But yeah, this is a massive number of tokens, so yes, I am sure someone is going to create STL files for that. And here is the board. And is it double-sided? No, it is not double-sided. And in the same way as KDM, you have the static board, although it looks like there's less space. So, happy about that. And we have several books. I think Colin was saying that just the preface was like 10 hours of gameplay, if I'm not mistaken. So there's 10 stories in cycle 1. And I know that there were add-ons where you could have more adventures, but I think they were saying there was 200 hours of gameplay, so that's going to be plenty for me. So yeah, it looks like depending on what choices you make, it branches off to different sections, and wow, that's pretty much the entire book. So you're getting 3 of these. And then here is the layer of miniatures. So let's pull this one out and see what the quality is here of the miniatures. Is this multi-piece? No, I think they cast this as a single piece. So I'm not really seeing mold lines, but the detail on this looks really good. Let's check out this guy. And I can't remember at all if who's the bad guy and who are the heroes. I'm not entirely sure. But the aesthetic is similar to KDM, where you're getting very unique sculpts, and it looks like these are titans because they have buildings on their backs. And I know that this guy is one of the first bosses that you're going to fight repeatedly. So I'll probably paint him up first. Try to identify which guys are towards the beginning of the campaign. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at the amount of detail that is on this ball. That's super cool. And with my KDM, I just got rid of the entire storage unit for miniatures because I don't truck my games to other places, so I don't need to carry them. I just stick these in the display case. Super cool. Look at that skull. That's just amazing. I love it. This is going to be totally fun to paint up. It's going to be awesome. So again, not sure who the heroes are. I mean, is this supposed to be one of the heroes? Again, not 100% sure. But regardless, I think the sculpts on them look really cool. Again, these are super unique. These bases are bigger than an inch. Maybe they're 32 millimeter, possibly. And it's interesting that they have like Cthulhu-like tentacles for their faces, so that's super different. And I think these, I'm not 100% sure what these bases are for, but that looks cool. Yeah, just really unique. I haven't seen a normal face yet. Let me see if there actually is a normal human-like face. Nope, they all have these helmets. These, yeah. So it'll be interesting. I completely don't remember what is behind the lore, but these are very interesting sculpts. Yeah, see how giant they are, because this is supposed to be a boat down here, getting crushed by this creature. So the scale of these are like godlike creatures. And then here on this left side, you're seeing multi-part bits. Maybe this is a hero. But again, look how big he is in scale. There's supposed to be a building down there at the base. Yeah, it looks like miniature goes on there, but it assembles into something. So I'm not going to show every single individual one. But it looks like most of the box is these vacuum trays for the miniatures. So once the miniatures are out, here is all of the cards. Alright, so there's some mystery envelopes. So are these the possible heroes? Maybe? Yes. Yes, it seems like these are the possible heroes that you can take on. And none of them have faces. So that's why in the miniatures. And are these guys Titans, I wonder? Wow, so a huge variety going on here. Very interesting. A lot of those. Here's the rule book. Actually, there's 2 books in here. I wonder if this is a quick start and this is a regular rule book. It's thicker. Okay, so you're getting a tutorial. Also, there's 6 rounds for the tutorial, so I do feel like this is a quick start booklet. So this is great. This eases you into the gameplay, because the full rule book is a lot of stuff. So yeah, here's the exploration phase. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Oh, so it tells you where to put stuff in the insert. So that's handy. All right. So I like how they set up the rules. And these again are a bunch of hidden cards. So that's cool. And massive amounts of cards, it looks like. There's none of the equipment cards that Kingdom Death Monster has, those small square ones. But I'm guessing these smaller cards might include equipment cards, although these are both events and conditions, it looks like. Yes, here's equipment. I did sleeve all of my KDM cards, but I don't think I'm going to go that route, because I definitely think if you sleeve, there's no way you're getting them in here. But if you remove all of the miniatures from the box, there's definitely going to be a storage solution that fits all of this material. So I actually don't think I'm going to sleeve these cards. And these are secrets. And this is a different, maybe these are the tarot size cards. And then here are the exploration cards. Oh, these are the monster AI decks. So like I mentioned, the Hecaton I think is what we fight first. No trespassing secret deck here. Yeah, more AI. Interesting. And even in this base box, the reason why I didn't feel compelled to get any of the expansions, I mean, look at the variety of bosses that you're getting. Check this guy out. This is so awesome. I mean, that's just insane. And then look how weird this guy is. I mean, I just feel like all of these main bosses are so weird, freaking weird. Oh, you know what? I bet you build this out. This is the slot where you put some of those other items on there. So, I don't know. This game looks super unique. I'm so excited to play it. Alright, so that was pretty much the unboxing. So there you go. This wasn't a super detailed unboxing, but hopefully this gives you an idea of what's all inside the box. Oh, and one of the things that also makes this game more accessible than KDM is that all of the miniatures, there is no assembly required, and there isn't quite as many, an overwhelming number of options that you have with KDM. So definitely is a lot easier to get into so far as I can see. And the next steps for me is to try to figure out how to organize all of this stuff. I do think I can cut down on box space if it's really just managing the cards and all of the chits that come with this cardboard. So I think I can create some storage efficiencies, especially if I take out all of the miniatures and put them in my case instead. But otherwise, I'm super happy with this. I totally don't mind that it was delayed by 2 years. That's not a big deal for me because I pretty much pledge and then I forget about it until it delivers. And this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So just to have the problem of squeezing it in, trying to figure out when I'm going to be able to play this game, since we are right in the depths of an Oathsworn campaign, which I love that game. Again, if you didn't see that review video comparing it to KDM, make sure you check it out in my playlist. Hopefully I'll be able to do a review video of this once we play a number of the campaigns, enough to get a sense and feel. Also, I'm going to try to figure out which one of the miniatures are going to be used first and paint those up first and paint as we go through the campaign. Say in the comments below if you actually backed this, if you started playing and what your first impressions are, or if you didn't back it, if you are planning on jumping in if there is a second Kickstarter that's going to come out. Again, once I find out if that's going to be the case, I'll provide a link below to their Kickstarter page so that you can jump in. In the meantime, go ahead and use the link to go to my Patreon page and see what other items we are adding to this month's GGGG list. So happy gaming! We'll see you next time.